side. So yeah, Jurassic World Dominion review.
So this is a Jurassic Park Dominion review for the movie, but we also have this Lego set here to build up while we're doing it.
Yeah, we got the Jurassic World Dominion. What's it called? The Atrociraptor Dinosaur Bike and Chase. It's 169 pieces.
When was this chase in the movie?
It's midway when they went to...
Oh, they're in the foreign country?
Yeah, foreign country city.
Yeah, that's right, because that's basically what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have a foreign place.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh, it was very, generic James Bond foreign place.
So this is the new raptor for the movie, the Atrociraptor.
Did they have a dinosaur that white in it? I can't remember it now.
Yeah, remember the motorcycle chase scene with the raptors?
Were they the ones they were buying from the bad guys, or?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the most useless weapon in the world.
Yeah. So good. So,
well, yeah, they didn't, no, actually they did, I don't know how well their sequel did, Jurassic Fallen Kingdom, but they didn't seem to do Last Jedi and completely ignore it. They actually continued on from it. The animals now do rule the world, as it were.
Yep.
Or they're coming into power anyway.
So it really is Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so they didn't forget most of it, and not only does it continue on the fact that they have a clone and they have the dinosaurs are out, but they also kept the weapon systems they developed for the second episode and tried to sell it off to potential buyers still. And they show us exactly how useless it is in the movie, but that's for a little later.
Well, you know what? We'll just say right now, did we like it? Is it worth watching?
Yeah, sure. There's worse movies out there. It's not Morbius, for sure.
Better than Morbius, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put it this way. Is it a good movie? No. Is it entertaining for 2.5 hours? Yes.
Yeah, they change it up a bit. It's more of an adventure movie, like going around the world, and then at the end they go to the park, which isn't really a park.
Yeah, they do Jurassic Park again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess it's...
Yeah, I think I said, I enjoyed it more than the other two anyway.
Like if you see it on Netflix, maybe.
Yeah. Well, even just in the theater, because there's nothing else anyway. I guess Bob's Burgers.
Or there's Top Gun. The new Top Gun.
Oh yeah, that they did all the merchandising for 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's nothing out now. Yeah, because I bought a Maverick, Top Gun Maverick Hot Wheels set. And they have a little plane and a few cars in the movie that was not released until a few days ago.
Yeah, well, I heard it's good. So, there you go. I guess.
Yeah.
Go see Top Gun instead.
It's going to be just as much a nostalgia movie as this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this movie is pretty heavy on the nostalgia stuff.
Yeah, even more so than the others. Yeah, because they actually bring back the old tired actors.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was. Ugh.
Well, one actor really wanted to be there, I think.
Jeff Goldblum.
Well, maybe all of them. Well, Sam Neill has always been like getting very regular roles all the time, and so. But I don't know about the our female hero from the first movie, Holly Hunter.
Laura Dern.
Laura Dern, yes.
Yeah, but Sam Neill just looks so tired. Like he looked like so done with it all. He didn't even want to be there. But Jeff Goldblum, like he looked like he was having fun with it.
Yeah, Goldblum was, I guess, acting there, but Sam Neill was tired, but Ellie seemed really happy to. But no, I guess Laura Dern is in a lot of stuff. She was in Star Wars, wasn't she?
Yep.
Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, then she's the only one. Yeah. Well, yeah. Sam Neill was just there because it was a job, I suppose. Everyone else, I guess, was happy to be there. Well, maybe not the old cast. What's his name? Owen was kind of tired too.
Yeah, Chris Pratt. I don't know. He played his parts.
He didn't have too much. He was not the. Well, it was a big ensemble thing because, I guess the main character was the girl.
I guess he wasn't too Chris Pratt-y in this movie.
Well, except this one may have had more characters than usual, actually.
Oh yeah, and a new character comes out of nowhere and just decides to be their friend.
The good
now.
guy, yeah. No, there is some parts, I guess, where the plot's stupid, but I wasn't sure what was going on when he was like, we're going to, hey, why don't you just tour the place by yourself for a while, and don't go to those elevators, because that goes to the secret place.
Don't go to our secret underground lair.
But it turns out, he was just leading them on there, so it wasn't necessarily that it is kind of stupid anyway, just how lax everything is there.
Yeah, like the story was actually pretty stupid, but I mean, it's just it's noise for 2.5 hours.
Like, these movies have to be bigger, that meaning like tons of plot. That's usually what they mean by bigger. And so like the first Jurassic Park, it was the whole thing just took place in the one park, right? And the plot was, look at the dinosaurs, then oh no, the dinosaurs are trying to eat us. Well, the plot here was evil corporation is killing all our food with locusts, and only the clone girl can save us, and also there are different factions of thieves working for the bad guys.
Yeah, there was like a whole other movie in this movie.
Yeah, no, most movies, are sort of like halved like that, but that's very pronounced in this one, where it's the big, world globe-trotting adventure with the bad guys in the first part, and then the new set of bad guys in the second part with the billionaire. Oh, and so as we're putting this together, they also have, our new Baby Yoda here, the Baby Blue from the mother. That's not the mother, that's someone else.
Yeah, no, this is the evil raptor.
Because I think, like, Blue was their main raptor character or something.
Yeah, she was
the series.
Raptor.
Yeah, what happened to the other one?
They all died.
Except her, I
Yep.
guess.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
In the first movie, Jurassic World movie.
Oh, okay, and then she's just hanging out in Jurassic home, Jurassic house,
Yeah.
Jurassic haunted house,
Yeah, the
haunted dinosaur house.
Log cabin that Chris Pratt was building in the previous Jurassic World movie. But I guess that's pretty good continuity. I guess.
Well, no, like they didn't because it was actually different. It's Colin Trevorrow, I believe, for this one. And the last one had a no-name director actually, so they took it back from him, I guess. But they didn't do a Last Jedi and just like scrap everything and start from the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is probably one of the better formed trilogies actually. Except that some of the movies like this first two are kind of boring. The second one especially. Although I liked how weird it was. At least it went a little weird.
The second movie?
Yeah, when it went in the mansion at the end. Because the first one was like a repeat with, strangely enough, worse special effects than the first movie. Jurassic World.
Yeah. I think they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah, this one,
Quality-wise, I mean.
I was prepared for it to be a baby movie, which it kind of was, but the reason... So at the beginning of this movie, they had like, 5 different Minion trailers playing at the beginning?
Yeah.
And there were like children right behind us too.
Oh, yeah.
But like compared to the first movie where there was lots of blood, like this one is very bloodless. It's very Dark Knight in that way, where they make sure they sanitize all the violence in it.
Yeah, there's no blood. A lot of like people chomping, but no blood.
Yeah, and very quickly too, like very quick you'll see a guy in a Vespa getting chomped by a dinosaur.
Yeah.
But it's not like the chomp that you got in the first Jurassic Park, where the guy's on the toilet and then he eats them up,
Oh yeah.
Or even in the second movie where the guy split apart.
Oh yeah, those iconic scenes.
But yeah, in this one it's very bloodless. Very, like it was clearly made to be less terrifying so that children could buy these Legos here.
Yeah. Well, the kids did love it in our theater.
Well, even in the 90s, we were small kids when we watched that movie, even though it scared us.
Yeah, those kids really seemed to love it in the theater.
Well, they also had baby dinosaurs too, right?
Yeah. Which, oh, by the way, to all you parents out there, teach your kids not to talk during the movies.
Yeah, usually I try to go for the very back seat, but I wasn't expecting so many children for some reason this time.
I know, like, it's just that they were just, like screaming and talking, yelling, and like the parents were doing nothing.
No, I remember, but at least we had those recliners where it had big, thick backs. I remember my worst experience was with the Two Towers in 2002. And there were, two kids, and every time anything happened in the movie, they made lots of noise. So then from then on, I always sat in the back if it was like any sort of kids movie. But I wasn't expecting this to be a kids movie.
No, like we purposely went in the morning to try to avoid the kid crowds.
Yeah.
Apparently that was prime time for children.
Yeah.
Nah.
They probably wouldn't have gone to Morbius.
Probably not. Oh yeah, that's back in theaters, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because of Morbid time.
Because of that meme.
I didn't quite get the full story, but yeah, I guess the Sony people thought that they weren't being made fun of and people wanted to see the movie.
Yeah.
Or they thought it was going to be like a Tommy Wiseau situation, but no.
Well, I think the meme was
But
like...
Wiseau isn't cynical like Sony is.
It was like some meme about a guy telling another guy about the Morbius movie and getting all the things wrong and saying like, I love the part when he goes, it's Morbin time, and he turns into Morbius. And then I guess that's what people latched onto, and that's the joke.
Yeah.
Explained.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, they had these weird baby trailers at the beginning, and yeah, no, that I know. It's like they have all the dinosaurs would be made a lot cuter, especially at the beginning. It seemed so that you would, well, you know, because the bad guys are going after them, so or they're being badly treated. So they made sure they made them look as cute as possible. Because there were a few like baby dinosaurs chained up in there too, I think.
Oh yeah.
Because there was that one part where they had the baby dinosaur eating the guy's one arm, and then I think a baby raptor doing the other arm.
Yeah.
And then Owen's like pointing his knife at the guy. He's like, "Tell me what I want to know." He's like, but his arms are being eaten by dinosaurs. Like, what's that knife going to do? And why is he telling you it? That's one of the stupid plot things. Why is that guy not just screaming in agony? And why did he have to feel like he had to get out all that information for Owen? Like, they were hoping he'd just forget about that because it went by pretty quickly.
Yeah. Then, because like they were like in the middle of an action or not action scene. Like there was like a couple of times where they were in like the horror scene where the dinosaur was like right next to them, showing their teeth and all. They're like, "Oh, that is a Gigantosaurus. It is the world's biggest predator."
Yeah.
It's like 10-inch
Largest
teeth, and
predator you've ever seen.
it runs 250 miles an hour. It does all this. It's like that. This is the perfect time for like an educational thing to happen during the horror scene.
Yeah, like that's good information for the audience, but if you're being chased by it, like whether or not maybe the speed of it, but like the interesting, did you know that it's the largest animal ever? You could just skip probably till after the action sequence.
Yeah, the dinosaur trivia.
Yeah.
It's not really the time for that.
Yeah. So yeah, well here, let's go through the plot a little bit, because we find our old heroes, not Owen and Bryce Dallas Howard and the clone girl, all living together as a family in a snowy place in northern U.S.
Oh yeah, like apparently Bryce Dallas Howard is part of PETA now.
Oh yeah,
and they're like breaking into institutions and stealing dinosaurs.
Yeah, and the dinosaurs are all over the world now.
Which they did once in that one scene. It was never brought up again.
Yeah, it's kind of. I'm trying to think. They may have done that okay, actually, the world thing, because the dinosaurs are fairly new and not integrated to society yet. So I think they probably handled the world thing okay, actually.
In that dinosaurs were wreaking havoc on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think, like in the book. I'm going to bring up the book because they actually tell you the whole idea is that they're built in to genetically die off in a few years anyway. So even if they did escape, they would just die. And the sort of the theme of the book is nature finds a way and those genetic codes just don't work. So I'm thinking for this movie, though, they don't have these genetic codes or anything in there, but in a world where they do have modern animal DNA in them, right?
Yeah, they had like...
So they can process the food and everything that they find.
Yeah, they spliced in like animal DNA into them.
But I'm wondering, like, even in the 80s, I don't think you would need that gene that kills them in 7 years, because especially if you're dealing with technology in the 80s gene-wise, your animal's probably going to fall apart in 3 weeks anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if, like, I would feel like if this was a real world with these genetic monsters, they may just, like, fall apart anyway before they, like, in 3 years anyway. Because they got, like, all these little different things in there. And this is what, the year 20... Well, they said 2015 is when Jurassic World opened. You think even then, or even now, we have the technology to keep a dinosaur alive?
No, but remember, this is magic technology.
But then, yeah, of course, the whole point is, yeah, that. But it's just interesting to think, like, but could dinosaurs survive in the world, or would they just immediately die off anyway? Because they're not really made.
They would probably, they probably would die. Most of them would die off.
Yeah, and
bigger
then,
ones definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, probably like the little rodent guys would. Those would be the guys who would infest. Like in the Great Lakes, they have like eels that infested there and like ate up all the fish and everything, and they're like these parasites basically. So that's probably what would happen with the dinosaurs. They'd take over the Great Lakes.
Yeah, but they like.
Oh, the big sea guys may still survive.
Yeah, probably.
If they're not hunted down.
I feel like very. Yeah, they could be like deep sea. Creatures. I guess.
Yeah, you're dinosaurs. So we meet them and they're rescuing dinosaurs because the dinosaurs full of worlds. They had a couple of brontosauruses they saved with a flare, which is kind of fun to watch. Got some perspective with the dinos moving around, and you got to see them in snow, so it's a different context. It's not just jungle again, because every movie I think was jungle except for the house, I suppose.
Dinosaurs are attracted to flares.
All bright lights, I guess. But anyway, she's having problems. She's like, I want to go out and live a normal life like a normal person, but you're stopping me because a deadly corporation's after me. You jerks.
No, you're not my mom. You can't tell me what to do.
Even though
teenager.
they very much... Yeah, there's no discussion of it. They very much just call her their daughter.
Yeah.
They just take ownership of her pretty easily, actually.
Well, because there's nobody else there to claim her now.
But anyway, yeah, she got stolen, so there's a big adventure around the world. They go to a dusty place.
Right, this is where we get back in the dinosaur house, or what was it, Jurassic World house.
Oh, yeah, the one that he built.
Yeah. Blue the raptor is still alive and has a baby now.
Yeah, they haunt her because like whenever they're like axing some wood, they hear the raptor, the well-known now raptor call.
Yeah, and so there's evil poachers out there that hunt dinosaurs for evil, and they kidnap the baby velociraptor and the kid. Yeah,
the kid is really like the main character of this and the star of the show, but looking at like Wikipedia, she's sort of at the bottom because they got all those legacy characters in there. Because she's like only I guess a few of them have some story arcs, but she's only what's her arc?
She learns not to be an annoying kid.
Yeah, I guess she's. I don't know. It's weird. She has like a mother who is the genetic stuff.
Yeah, because turns out her mom who she was cloned for actually did give birth to her, and she's not actually a clone?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or isn't technically a clone or something.
But I think the main story is...
She injected herself with her own genetic material.
She has a dad even, I think they mentioned.
Does she?
I thought they said something about a dad.
I don't think so. I think it was... if they did, it just kind of went by fast.
But actually, I think, so it's about genetics again, obviously, but the main thrust of it, I think, is actually the giant locusts that are eating up all of the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because who's the bad guys? There was Mark Hammond's organization, and then, right? InGen? That was his organization?
Hammond?
Yeah.
John Hammond.
John Hammond.
Yeah, he was with InGen.
No, I think Mark Hammond's an actor in, like, Jagger or something.
Okay.
That was InGen, and then this was the other company that was...
Yeah, it was Biosyn. It was the evil genetic company.
Because they show us... Wait, but they never stole it, did they? Well, they show us the can, I guess, presumably where they got the genetic information.
Oh yeah.
But it never made it, did it? Though.
No, it
Thinking
didn't.
about it, what the heck was that about?
Yeah, no, I noted that too. Remember that Barbasol can of shaving cream from the first movie, Jurassic Park movie, that Wayne Knight was supposed to smuggle out, like full of dinosaur genetics.
What was the guy who was talking to in that movie?
And
Did
it
he
was-
make an appearance?
Yeah, he was the main bad guy.
Oh, was that the main bad guy?
Yeah, Dobson. And yeah,
Oh, okay.
and it's
Wayne was his name?
wait, no, Dobson.
Oh, Dobson. Yeah.
Wayne Knight was.
Wayne Knight.
Oh, he was the guy who got eaten by the Dilophosaurus.
Because he says, Dobson, we got Dobson over here.
Yeah.
See, no one cares. Because the way he's talking, he's talking, because he's like one of those people who they know what you're supposed to do to make people feel comfortable and feel valued. So when he first talks to our legacy character, he's like, oh yes, you guys, yes, this is such an honor, yes, and I'm gonna go. You should go and visit and then he sort of starts breaking off his sentences like he's going to say something he's supposed to, but he's forgotten. He doesn't really care about the situation, but he's sort of pretending to at the same time. It's very, very, very boss-like, basically. I think he did that.
Well, I hated him because the movie told me I had to hate him. So yeah, the movie told me he was evil. So
Well, he was. He didn't care that he was destroying the world and himself at the same time.
yeah, because those locusts, he made the locusts.
Yeah, because the big idea was that I think his wheat was okay, but
Yeah.
the other guy's wheat.
Like those super enhanced locusts where they're eating up all the poor people's crops.
Yeah.
And it was the biosynth engineered crops they were leaving alone.
So she was kidnapped, and then they and one of her friends are in the CIA, so they're able to find the kidnappers, who happen to be gun runners working for the billionaire. Contractors, really.
Yes.
And so you have this one woman who is, I don't know, she sort of reminds me of Nurse Chapel in Star Trek.
Really?
What was her deal? Well, she had the blonde hair, or the platinum blonde hair thing going on. But she's like a bad guy, and she, so she's trading in these raptors, these white raptors.
The Atrociraptors.
And the idea is that they're weapons where if you have a laser and you point it at something you want to die, the raptors will kill it for you.
Yeah.
And so...
Well, they try to, but they keep failing.
And so here's what happens then. So does she have the kid, or she knows where the kid is?
She kidnapped the kid for the evil.
Yeah, and she's
guy.
doing some sort of, and they found her while she's doing some sort of illegal trade that the CIA is going to bust.
Yeah.
And so then the guys reveal themselves as, we're going to bust you, lady. And then she's like, no, you won't. And she opens up the raptor cages and points lasers at the guy she wants to die. And then a big action sequence happens, and none of the people she pointed lasers at died.
Yeah.
So that's a very useful weapon you have there with those raptors. And that was the whole point of the second movie, wasn't it? That was the weapon system they developed in the second movie. These are going to be the most terrifying weapons ever in there.
It turned out to be completely useless.
Because apparently what would be more useful is that same sort of laser, but if you point it at someone, it puts a hole through them.
Yeah.
And that, because if you had a laser like that, then you didn't even need the raptor.
Like if you attached it to a gun, they did in the...
Well, that's what I mean. If you can point it at something you want to die, why not the thing you're pointing with kills the thing? And skip that whole other step in the first place. And then, here's where it gets stupid again. They have the whole big chase. And then, and then the woman gets away. The bad guy gets away, actually, at the end of the chase.
Does she?
Well, yeah, because if you remember, the way she gets caught is she just wanders back to the trade area.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
doing the bad trade, and they're like, you're under arrest. It's like, well, because she escapes from Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, yeah.
And then I guess she had nowhere else to go, so just went back to where the deal went bad. where she presumably thought all the people she wanted murdered were murdered, so there would probably be police there anyway. So why would you go back there ever? And it was
the plot said so.
Exactly, and it was very awkward too, because it was just one shot of her just walking back into frame where she was before, and going, oh crap.
Well, maybe we shouldn't have come back
And then she was never seen again. That was so... And I think it probably was, like, she got away, and then they forgot about it. And it's like, oh, we need to tie her up very quickly. And then they had that terrible shot where she walks in again to get arrested.
Yeah, but, like, everybody was acting really stupid in that scene, too. Like, even, like, those agents...
Well, for reasons of the plot, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, like, when those agents, like, they busted in, and then they just, like, point their guns, but don't shoot at all. Like, it took, like, 5 minutes for her to, like, open the cages, and take out the laser pointer, point the laser pointer at each individual one.
No, it's very, as I mentioned, it's a very James Bond thing, or even Dr. Evil, where it's like...
It's like, yeah, but no point did they ever, like, shoot the dinosaurs or anything.
Yeah, and you
with
got
their guns that they had.
And you got Scott Evil in the you got Scott Evil in the background. Well, wait, no. Why don't we just shoot? I got a gun in my bedroom. Why don't I just get it and we just shoot them? It'll be fun, a bonding experience.
No, Scott, you just don't get it.
Yeah. Well, maybe, yeah, that's right. Maybe we're Scott. We just don't get it. Well, because that's right. Like, the whole point is the fun of the extravagant death.
But nobody died.
Nope.
But yeah, no, those raptors were completely useless.
I don't know if those nondescript FBI guys died, but certainly none of the important guys got eaten.
I think they were eaten, but...
So what's that?
But every time, like, the raptors...
Everyone but the people who mattered.
Yeah. No, not the ones with, like, the hero status.
Yeah, exactly.
RPG. But yeah, like, those raptors, they were just, like, on the attack, but then they kept, like, tripping and falling and smacking into stuff and doing pratfalls and running into cars.
Oh yeah, it's like in that Obi-Wan show where they have to slow down to chase after Leia.
Exactly. Like, it was like the chase
yes,
scene from Obi-Wan.
Isn't it? Because as you said, those raptors are super fast, and he's just in a motorcycle. So yeah, they're going down a very tight street with lots of stuff. So yeah, they have to. Owen is able to miss all of it, but not the hunters, who are the greatest hunters out of instinct, the greatest born natural killers
with genetic enhancements.
Yeah,
because they're
just fumble everywhere. Yeah, and then at some point we also go...
Like, oops, tripped. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, smack into the thing. Oh no.
Oh no.
And all my genetic enhancements can do nothing
crap.
against sand on the ground, which is slightly loose. No.
The baby got away. Oh, yeah. So, and yeah, at some point we go into a cockfighting ring with dinos, and I think do they rescue the baby from there, or...
No.
Where do they find it? Oh, no, because the baby gets transported. So yeah, they're going after the baby and our.
I just kind of forgot about the baby after that one scene with BD Wong, and then you don't see it again. So I kind of forgot about it.
Well, this is actually one of those. Do you remember Spider-Man 3 and how everyone called that overstuffed?
Yes.
Well, that's what every movie is now, and that's what this movie is. We just don't notice it as much because it's everywhere now. Well, because actually now, like, most movies are TV shows, right? So they're not as overstuffed because they're not fitting in a whole lot of plot points into 3 hours. They're spreading it over 10 hours. Oh, do you, to open the cage, perhaps?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, no, or to display the dinosaurs.
But yeah, that's what this scene is from, is that underground fighting ring with dinosaurs.
Oh, good, we're halfway through now, actually. I don't know, half hour?
I think we're about finished the first movie in this movie.
Yeah.
Because they do the same thing they did in the last movie, where they kind of have like two movies smashed together.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but the second one is super pronounced, wasn't it? Because they go into they blow up the island, then they go into they resolve the island plot, and then they move into the mansion.
Yeah.
And then
they had dug up the Barbasol can, the shaving cream can.
You get a couple of shots of those. Yeah. Oh yeah, and of course he died. Oh yeah, and they had to make sure the billionaire died the same way that. Yeah, I didn't know it was Dobson from before, so so they made sure he had the same fate as Newman.
Oh, and
he was Newman at that time too, wasn't he? 1993, right in the middle of the time.
Yeah.
I guess that was the peak of his career, wasn't it? The 90s.
Yeah.
Is he even? I wonder what he's up to nowadays.
Oh, I haven't seen him in anything at all. Maybe retired. I don't know.
Probably made enough. No, like a normal person, if you're on Seinfeld for 9 years, you probably invested wisely. You don't have to work again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and so then that's the first act, first movie, and then they move on to they pick up our second or our other main character,
and all the dinosaurs.
A pilot.
Right, that's when they introduce a new character who decides to become their best friends now. Oh, and Chris Pratt does the hand thing, like, so many times.
I don't understand what that is. Like, that can't be, like, an actual thing you do. Like, so you did that to a dinosaur, wouldn't they go, oh?
Yeah, it's like, chomping the hand.
Because that's like you're inviting them to eat your hand, more than anything else.
Yeah, no, he does like that talk to the hand gesture to all the dinosaurs.
And that when people do that, talk to the hand, it's meant to annoy you, too. Because it is annoying to have something in your face like that.
Yeah. I mean, like,
how do you like that?
Because, like, with Blue, the raptor, like, it was an established thing he worked on her with for years, so she understood what it meant and all that. But then just like any like a normal dinosaur, like a wild dinosaur, he just comes up to you, just like talk to the hand and like, oh, I must stop now and look at the hand. I must be subservient to this human who pointed their hand at me. Now,
Oh yeah, so the person they pick up is called Kyla Watts. She's an Air Force pilot former, and she's a smuggler with a heart of gold. Because she doesn't even... Because, like, Bryce Dallas Howard is sad, and then she, like, gets into her business immediately. And she's like, hey, I don't get into other people's business. You're on your own, lady. Okay, fine, I'm going to get into your business. She didn't even have to... She barely even begged her. She just said all the perfunctory stuff everyone ignores. And she said, okay, fine.
She said, please.
Yeah, and then she takes her off in her plane to... They go... So, like, the bad guy is, like, genetically modifying all these dinosaurs in this, like, big island where, he's creating them. And he has complete control over them, too, because he can herd them with impulses, which apparently are cruel or whatever. I'm sure they are. But they don't mention the cruelty of it ever again. They don't show the dinosaurs hating it or anything.
They don't show them, like, in pain from it or
So why even mention it?
Like, why is that cruel?
Well, like, why even mention it? Like, it's like... Oh, yeah, they even mention poachers at the beginning with all these dinosaurs running wild. They're like, is there such thing as a dinosaur poacher? Wouldn't you be trying to get rid of all the dinos?
I mean, yeah, because, like, they're wreaking so much havoc on...
And it's not just that they're wreaking havoc, it's that if they get into the ecosystem, they're going to, wreak even more havoc on it.
It's going to be very bad for everybody, humans and all, and animals.
So, like, I really doubt there's any protected species of dinosaurs actually out there.
But no, but they're doing it for money, so they're evil.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So then we pick up. So then the billionaire though wants to is doing the same John Hammond thing where it's like, come over to my weird park and tell me I did good. And so then, or what was it? No. Laura Dern decides to do a covert op at his place and recruits Sam Neill. And then they go over to that island, and everyone's like, "Oh wow, you're the famous people who almost didn't die." And
drags along poor Sam Neill, who just wants to dig his bones.
Well, he claims to not be happy though, digging his bones.
Well, why does he keep doing it then?
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, and then at some point, because the whole point is that they, I guess, get together at the end because everyone wanted that from the beginning, I suppose. But so they, because there's this one weird scene where it's like she falls asleep on him, and you see that she's wearing an amber ring with like a mosquito in it. She likes to keep it around to remember that horrible day, I guess, where they were almost eaten. Because she even mentions in the movie, it's like, do you dream about this? Yeah, I have nightmares every night.
I have nightmares, like, every night.
I just keep this amber ring around me to remind me of.
Get rid of the rings.
Like, why would you keep that? Well, even it said in here, can we stop worshipping the past all the time?
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, yeah, I remember when growing up, like, the big problem was, like, all the old people are complaining, you know, kids don't respect the old stuff anymore. They only want new stuff. And now we see all these young, not even millennials, like, not Gen X. What's the one that's even now? Gen Z, yeah.
Z.
You get lots of shots of Gen Z people fawning over 80-year-olds, basically, in these movies. Because, yeah, you get a shot of, like, there's, what's his name? Jeff Goldblum, like, doing his speech, and you have all these Gen Zers just, like, worshipping him with their eyes. And then, yeah, then the doctor. So then the clone woman is taken over to the doctor, B.D. Wong, who I assumed was killed at... I think I assumed he was killed at the end of every single Jurassic Park movie, and then always surprised when he pops up in the next one. It's like, didn't a dinosaur eat you in the first one?
I don't know, he just keeps surviving.
Shouldn't the doctor have eaten you in the first one?
I know he was eaten in the books.
He was in the books, yeah. But actually, no, in the first movie, he's a non-character, basically.
Yeah, he was just like in one shot,
Yeah.
like 30-second shot.
And I guess maybe when the actor became more famous as it went along,
Yeah,
then he got...
He was in Law and Order.
Yeah, and so then he gets to be in Jurassic World as B.D. Wong. Or as Dr. Wu. Yeah, and he's and he's a stupid hero at the end of it too, right? It's like...
Oh yeah. He gets the all's forgiven trope.
Because he felt sad at some point.
Yeah, he felt bad about unleashing these death locusts onto the world and destroying all the crops and dooming humanity.
Yeah, and like the evil billionaire is like, I like doing what I'm doing. And B.D. Wong is like, but shouldn't we stop?
No, because we're gonna make money somehow.
But it's like, well, okay. So like they're basically saying, well, because he felt bad about it, that means B.D. Wong's gonna be the good guy. And the evil billionaire who doesn't feel bad about it. Well, he is the bad guy, but that sort of forgives B.D. Wong. Because like every single movie, that trilogy, doesn't he go, aren't we doing something wrong here? And then just does it again in the next movie anyway.
Yeah.
If I was that actor, I'd be like, actually, why don't you kill me in a cool way? Like, it's much better to have a cool dinosaur death than to have just to like have a shot of him being happy with himself at the end. I forgive all this death. I forgive myself for all this death, and in the end, that's who you really need to forgive.
Yeah.
Yourself. So when we find out that Jeff Goldblum is actually a good guy and he's not a non-caring person like we assume him to be.
He does like a fake out thing.
So this is actually pretty interesting. He because what he does is he's like, do you want some coffee, and then or espresso or whatever, and he's like, nah, I don't. The other character is saying, and then he gets the espresso going, the machine going, and then you get this scene where you have two different sets of characters having two conversations as this event is going on. And that, I don't know if they do in this trilogy, but that's the Steven Spielberg thing he did in his two Jurassic Park movies. If you remember when in the Velociraptor scene where they feed them for the first time and you don't see them yet, they lower down the big bowl and they eat it, and then Hammond and Sam Neill are talking about something. Laura Dern and the raptor specialist are talking about something. They're both talking about two different exposition things, and you're sort of catching a little bit about the dinosaurs and the park at the same time. So they sort of did that scene again, where Spielberg was playing with sound and stuff. Watch that scene again. It's a really good scene in not in Jurassic World, but in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But in this one, it's Sam Neill yelling at a barista.
Yeah, it's like while Jeff Goldblum is shouting or whispering exposition at Laura Dern as the camera is not looking at them.
Yeah, so then our first hero, what do we call him? Hero Group A?
Oh yeah. With Owen.
Yeah, and Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt and Pilot Lady.
So they split up.
Yeah, they make their way to the new Jurassic Park in the Arctic.
Yeah.
But this Jurassic Park has ABS system, or whatever they called it. Something that prevents dinosaurs from flying too high. And because they don't want them there, they turn off this system, and then they're immediately attacked by a giant pterodon.
Yeah, I don't understand. I got, well, for reasons of pacing, it has to happen right away. But like, do dinosaurs eat anything that moves in the sky?
No.
As soon as it got its talons in the metal, would it decide that I don't want to eat this and then go away?
This is it was a Quetzalcoatlus. It's a really giant flying dinosaur. And no, they don't immediately attack things, or at least not objects.
Yeah.
Because dinosaurs, like all animals, go by their sense of smell, and they don't really, and like a metal object doesn't really give off any kind of smell like an organic thing would. So why they would just automatically attack it, like even see it as a threat or something like that, or like another animal or something like that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I would assume like you would want it anyway, because just to be like cautious. Because I'm assuming, yeah, you would probably get 1 or 2 accidents during the lifetime of it if you didn't have it. Yeah, and so then Group Arrow.
It's just, I mean, it's like this, even in the way like all the dinosaurs are depicted in this movie, they're like 80s slasher villains where they need to kill these people at all costs.
Yeah, it's not just animals being natural; it's animals looking to kill you.
And then, and like when they have you like square in the sights and you're like completely helpless from them, then they like slow down and take their time as they inch slowly towards you, as then you miraculously escape.
Yeah,
last second.
They sort of forgot the first movie, didn't they? Because they sort of have that too, where the raptor with the raptor gamekeeper in the first movie, the raptor in front sort of starts sneaking up in front of him. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to get you," and then the other raptor comes from the side. That's how hunting works with animals.
Yeah.
As you said, they don't just like do a very dramatic, "I'm going to get you." All right. All right, I got you a corner now, so I'm just going to very slowly
towards you, give you time to escape.
Because usually when they're doing that, that's a fake out, isn't it?
Yeah.
For another animal to get you.
Yes.
But yeah, but that's right. The I guess Blue doesn't get to hunt in packs, does she?
No. What does she? I guess she just eats rabbits.
No, I guess the wolf that ate the rabbit.
But would she also eat hunters?
Yeah,
So,
definitely. So yeah, you could, it's probably a lot of meat on there. 200 pounds of meat, or meat and bones. They probably get a lot of sustenance from that.
nah, it's just that the way like they're talking in the movie about like how we need to accept these dinosaurs and they need to live in harmony with them. But you know, they eat people, right?
And these are man-made animals too,
Yeah.
right? They're not
They're not-
made for this world.
And they're not actual dinosaurs either.
Yeah. No, this is not quite the right place to have a living in harmony with nature thing.
Yeah.
At least not with the deadly animals.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and even like the herbivores, like the I guess the Patasaurus or Triceratops and all them, like they would not be as docile like they're depicted there. Like they.
Well, even if they weren't, they could still just accidentally.
But yeah, like they
Stomp
cause
on
damage.
people
Like
anyway.
I look at like elephants or hippopotamuses. Like they.
Oh yeah, there you go. Hippo's a great example.
Yeah, because they
Scourge of Egypt.
Yeah, they eat their herbivores, but they kill more people in a year than any other animal.
Yeah, especially like in Egypt, in ancient Egypt, on the Nile, and if you play Assassin's Creed Origins in ancient Egypt, the hippopotamus is the most deadly of the animals you have to fight.
So like I would imagine like even the herbivores would like charge you or something because they think you're a threat.
Or you're in the way,
I
and
mean,
you
like,
just-
so, like, I don't think it would play out the same way. Like, I don't think it would play out the way in reality they would in the movies.
Well, yeah, I think you're right, but for this movie, the way that it's the first 10 years of it, and they're getting used to it. That's why they probably picked the best part. You don't have to think about it too much, because it's like this transition time where lots of craziness happens anyway. Like if this was like 3 generations later, then it would be different. You'd have to really think about what would the world look like. Because by then you'd have to have like we'd have to have buildings. We have buildings that can withstand wind. Now they also have to withstand dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Building nests on top of them. You know. So you saw it on the World Trade Center, the new World Trade Center. The dinosaurs.
Yeah, will they make their nests where they will unleash their spawn megalodons to devour the people of the city.
Yeah. Oh, look at Owen in this. Where's Owen?
Right there.
He's got his shirt unbuttoned at the top there. No chest hair though, but he's got the 5 o'clock shadow.
And yeah, so
And look at that messy hair too. Yeah.
yeah, so the plane gets attacked, and Bryce Dallas Howard gets ejected out because there's only one parachute on the plane. So she gets separated from Group A, and then their plane crashes into the ice with the other two. Then they do that thing of when they're like on ice and it starts cracking. Like they stand up and are very slowly inching like towards the shore, I guess. Which is the worst thing you can do when you're on breaking ice.
Well, these are Hollywood people who've never seen snow in their life.
Well,
So they don't even know how ice works.
What you really do is you lay down flat, like you spread out your weight, and then sort of like try to crawl to the shore.
There you go, some survival advice. Yeah, so don't take it from someone who researched it on, and not from Jurassic World Dominion.
Not from the Hollywood producers. And then when Dinosaur shows up and is an ice dinosaur, like it breaks.
Had fur or something, did it?
Yeah. But it's like they have another action scene where they have to dodge this dinosaur that can swim, like jump through the ice and swim through the cold water and stuff and all that. And then, like there was lots and lots of action scenes in like this last 2 acts.
Well, yeah, certainly more than you could have in like the first Jurassic Park, because I think Bryce Dallas Howard had the same amount of like suspense scenes where dinosaurs sniffing at her as there was in the entirety of the first movie.
That was like pretty
of
much
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that was like pretty much all of the last act.
Because like I'm just like her, because she was like, there was that one big dinosaur when she was under the water.
Yeah.
And I think there was another dinosaur too that she had.
Tyrannosaurus with the big claws.
Yeah.
The new toy.
Oh, we didn't get that one though.
No, I didn't get another one. These.
Oh, these are from last year.
Yeah, these are all toys. These are actually from last year.
A lot of them look the same anyway.
But yeah. Actually, most of these are actually from, well, not most, but for the Camp Cretaceous series on Netflix.
Yeah, it looks like they just repainted a lot of these guys for the Jurassic World one. So
Yeah.
I think they put some mechanisms in a different part of the body, but for the most part, as a figure, they're pretty much the same, aren't they?
But yeah, the Spinosaurus is he's got the fight.
Well, that's from 3, was it?
Yeah, that's from the third one.
The last Sam Neill one. Yeah, they sort of hopscotch, didn't they? They had all of the main guys. They had all the main guys in the first one, then just got Jeff Goldblum in the second one. And then the third one had not Laura Dern, but Sam Neill. Oh, so this is Laura Dern's time to
Yeah, I guess it's Laura Dern's one.
because she was the one who was like getting the boys to actually get into gear to do stuff.
Yeah, she was assembling the Avengers.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, the Avenger assembled. She was Samuel L. Jackson.
And
How many moves do we have here? Was it like a
then we have more action scenes, or
60? Okay.
then we get like with Group B with the original characters. They infiltrate the secret hideout or the secret underground laboratory to get genetics from the locusts that they're creating there. And then we have an escape scene.
Sorry.
And there's like in the amber mines, they have another escape scene where they have to, this time they escape from the Dimetrodons. Then there's the escape scene from the Gigantosaurus, which is the largest land predator, 10-inch teeth, runs super fast in his own. And, yeah. Oh, and then Group A and Group B meet up together.
Yeah, I have to.
And they find the kid in the laboratory too, just by chance. All of these are just like by chance
Yeah,
meetings.
this would be like a gigantic complex too.
Yeah. This is kind of the lower part of the film, like the less.
It's a big climax of the film.
Probably the worst part of the film, but
yeah, it just goes on for it. This is a 2.5 hour movie. I don't know why we still have to do that.
yeah, but then everything gets out of hand, and then the Dobson decides to burn the locusts, and then they go out the chimney and start burning the rest of the park. Which,
Some locusts just
Like
want to
this-
see the world burn.
yeah, well, I know that part got kind of confusing. Like, I think was he trying to like destroy the park, like to hide the evidence? But then when he's in the control room and
Didn't
everything
they
was
say
burning,
that?
he was like going crazy and he was really angry and started smacking the chair. But
I thought someone said he's burning the evidence.
yeah, well, I thought that's what he was doing. Like we saw him like deleting files and burning.
Oh, yeah.
the things. But then he got really mad about it.
So there's this one scene too where he's like, BD Wong wants to convince the clone woman to help him.
The kid.
Yeah, and so he shows her all the, I guess, their classified stuff that could incriminate him. And then the evil billionaire says, "Is this a smart idea, showing this person all our incriminating evidence?" It's like, no, it's not. And so why are you doing it, movie? And that's, I think, what the movie was doing, like trying to excuse itself, taking a shortcut in the plot, I think. Because usually when you say that in a movie, like, no, you're not supposed to. Ah. Chompy, chompy.
Yeah, then the groups meet up. Then they have to do these side quests where they have to split up again, and one has to go destroy the generator, the other has to, I don't know, find the baby dinosaur, find the baby blue, baby Yoda.
Well, I wonder, do they also find Samuel L. Jackson hiding in there going, "Oh, ooh, you found me"?
Might have been a cutscene.
It's like I swam from the other island I swam from the other island with my one arm.
Yeah.
I found this other underground tunnel.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they.
Oh, they didn't bother to have a cameo with them, did they?
No, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do that in like a future movie.
Yeah, like is there going to be a future movie? Or are they going to go back to streaming? Because I would almost say I think Star Wars movies are pretty much done for the foreseeable future. They're very happy with their TV shows right now. Oh, I put it in the wrong.
He's the stormtrooper.
Very bloodlessly.
Plus, yes, bloodlessly, because it's PG-13.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Dobson gets killed in the smoke blowing tunnels that randomly blow smoke at you as you go down them, and then just to dramatically reveal that there's a Dilophosaurus in there.
Oh, yeah.
Or 3 Dilophosauruses now.
To eat him.
And then he gets eaten, and then
We no longer have Dobson over here.
is that it? Or... Oh no, there was. Yeah, they had the one last fight with the new Gigantosaurus and the old Tyrannosaurus.
All right. See, what you really do with characters who did something bad, who may be actually good inside but did something bad. What you do to redeem them is usually in a movie is they sacrifice themselves. They don't just get away with it. Like they pay for their crimes in some way. And they didn't even do that. He doesn't sacrifice himself, BD Wong. He's just going to make lots of money on the talk show circuit now with his book.
Well, no, he's fixing the crops now.
Oh, that's how he did. He's like one of those Nazi scientists at the end of the Second World War. It's like, we need them for their rocket science.
Exactly.
We need BD Wong for his,
But he has to do science for good now.
Yeah, that's right. He made sure he was needed.
Yeah, he releases the good locusts.
Yeah.
I don't know, they move them somewhere else or something. I don't know.
They eat up the bad dinosaurs.
Or no, they need the genetic code from the clone girl to
Stop them. So I don't really care, actually.
I know, there was like a lot of exposition.
It doesn't really matter. The point, because the real point is just, don't get eaten by the dinosaurs. More than anything else, that's why we're there.
Yeah. So they take the baby back to Blue. Bad guys. I guess everything is good now.
This connector thing here.
And everyone lives happily ever after, except and like the final shots of like the dinosaurs frolicking with the animals, like the Triceratops and the elephants all buddy in the herds, and the pterodactyls and the birds. Everybody's in harmony now.
Good.
So all that's been wrapped up.
At least for
The whole the whole story of the movie has been wrapped up.
Yeah,
Or the moral quandary or conundrum of the movie has been fixed.
So what? I guess the trilogy was dinosaurs on. We make the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs. Well, they don't escape. We actually take them off.
Yeah.
And then the third one, they're around.
Yeah.
So I think because they already did that in Jurassic: The Lost World, where they brought the dino to
Yeah.
San Francisco. I
Brought the
think it
baby
was.
Rex to...
Saw those fake movies in the video store with Arnold Schwarzenegger playing King Lear.
Which, I don't think that movie was that bad.
A Lost World?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it enough.
I liked it when I first saw it as a kid, but yeah, I know there was like some dumb parts with like the girl beating the raptor with acrobatics, but
Yeah.
I don't know, for the most part I liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the end of
Of the movie?
the movie now, so yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll do final thought. Says, let's see, I'm on 49. I got about 20 more steps. I think I can keep going. What's your final thoughts then, if you have final thoughts?
Yeah, it's not great, but if you need distraction, you can do worse.
Yeah. Like, what do you think of the trilogy? Because now it's a completed trilogy, I suppose, and it looks like it didn't like get really messed up like the Star Wars one where they rebooted in the last movie.
Yeah.
They seem to pretty much have. It seemed to flow. I guess it went from one spot to another, relatively sensibly.
Yeah, they kept the
You could probably more compare it to the Planet of the Apes trilogy.
CGI one.
Yeah, because it had it with them. Well, they take two movies to take over the world. They have them in the labs and they're running around the world. Yeah, they're fighting the humans they're fighting humans for two. The third one they take over. I don't know. But anyway, it's like Jurassic Park in that humans have to fight off other animals who are taking over the planet.
It's not good. It's pretty dumb, but like it's not Jurassic Park, which like no movie could ever be.
Well, these are two trilogies, right?
It's a kind of separate.
How do they compare as trilogies then?
Well, the original one's better. Well, no, not the third one. The third one from the first one was pretty bad too, but just watch Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
And Lost World, it's not that bad.
So the first trilogy, that was from what, 93 to 2001?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
How many years is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 8 years. For that trilogy. And this trilogy was 15 to 22, right? So 15, 16, 17, 18, 2022. So yeah, the movies came out kind of at the same pace as well, I guess. The first trilogy has the best movie anyway with the first one, right?
Yeah.
But it's not really like they didn't set out to make a trilogy because at the time sequels weren't really a thing. Were kind of a thing you would poo-poo actually. But so like that trilogy really isn't all that coherent. They didn't have like a plan or anything from the beginning of that.
What do you mean plan?
And I think even well, no, I think they did. I think they planned to have them take over the world from the beginning.
Well, I don't know.
Because what else would you do? I think they were thinking of it as a sequel trilogy too, not as like a sequel movie.
Are they still doing trilogies then?
Yeah, trilogies. Because it was always a 3-picture deal. I think it was only actually around the pandemic where you stopped hearing about trilogies, and it's just, movies and TV shows are pretty much treated the same thing now.
Those not splitting into parts then. So yeah, like I know, like after Lord of the Rings, like everything had to be a trilogy.
Yeah, that you could split.
Then after Harry Potter, everything had to be like a part 1, part 2.
Yeah. And so this was, but at least like each one was episodic. It didn't do it to be continued. At least not in a too terrible a way.
I guess. Yeah, Jurassic Park is better. Just watch that one.
Yeah, I wonder because we had kids. Those kids liked it though, so I wonder. Will they be going like, you old people in Jurassic Park? Like, nothing happens in it. Like, you don't even see a dinosaur until, like, halfway through in that movie.
I don't know, because didn't we see it when we were kids?
No, but, like, we were used to the pacing of movies in the 90s. That's why we accepted it in the way it was.
Really? No, I don't know. I think kids are pretty much the same at, like, any generation.
No, I think they would like this movie better than the first one because the first one would seem very boring to them because to them nothing would happen in that movie. Because as we just said, like we had countless adventure scenes in the last half of that movie, while there's probably like 4 or 5 adventure scenes at the end.
I don't know. I don't know how kids think.
Because like I did find like a lot of slow parts in the original trilogy of Star Wars, the thing that was made in the 70s.
But well, not even Star Wars. Like even the slow parts were fun. Like
almost. I would say after Darth Vader shoots up that ship, there's like a 20-minute section where people are just wandering the desert and doing nothing.
Yeah, like that was.
And it picks up again after they get into Mos Eisley.
That was also kind of the cool part, like seeing this new weird alien planet and those weird hoodie guys. Like, who are they? Why do they shoot R2-D2?
I guess so.
And,
you're right about that, but as a kid, I didn't really seem to. Just wanted them to get back to the shooting, to the fighting.
And like C-3PO whining about being left in the sand.
Yeah.
And there was that big skeleton, looked like a snake. It was just like, and he had a silver leg.
In the first movie?
Yeah. One of his legs is like silver, like from the knee down is silver.
Oh. Didn't notice that.
Yeah. Well, I guess you must be from an alternate dimension then.
Oh, like Captain Strange, Captain Strange, right? Like in that movie, Captain
Doctor
Strange. No, it's called Captain Strange. Are you from an alternate dimension?
I was talking about the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Like, if you misremember something, that means you came from an alternate dimension and not that you actually misremembered the thing.
Right. So you misremembered Captain Strange for Doctor Strange.
No.
So you're from an alternate dimension.
No.
I'm not from an alternate dimension. I know exactly where I'm from. I'm from the dimension where Captain Strange came out a couple years ago.
First of all, it's Professor Weird is what it's called.
Well, yeah.
Where he was the star and he defeated the bad guy of the movie and he taught his kid sidekick important life lessons.
Yeah.
That was that movie that I saw. What movie did you see?
Well, I saw Weird Cumberbatch in the theater the other day. where Weird Cumberbatch. He messes with different dimensions, or Cumberbatches, he calls them.
Oh.
Because in Weird Cumberbatches, he goes. They're called batches instead of universes, and he goes to his Cumberbatch, you know.
Okay.
Anyway, so back to Jurassic World. Oh yeah, this is almost done. I just need to do this little guy, this little head guy.
I assembled the
skull head.
The evil poacher.
Yes. Also, he gets a little toy then, does he? This nondescript guy.
Yeah.
Because he gets his arms eaten off by two guys. Although he's not properly. You can't eat his arms like that. Because in the movie he was more to the side.
Got your.
Got one hand. There you go. Just eat him.
Yeah, just like that. Like the guy in the scooter. Like,
yeah.
I should have showed me his hand.
Oh yeah.
Then I would have been powerless.
Alright, there's just this one last thing. This guy goes here in the bucket.
Okay.
And we have our scene. Oh yeah, and this is, show. This is where you show off the. Where's our babies? Here's another baby. We got two babies.
One to the baby jail.
Baby jail. So yeah, you can. You got a grayish green one and a red with blue back.
Right.
An orange with the back.
Gun.
Yeah, and see, and now you can eat or shoot them if you likes.
Ah!
Oh.
No!
They're my food now. Oh, I can't eat them. Where's our hero? Oh yeah. So yeah, do you want to set up a scene where where's our stormtroopers? Maybe they want to buy
Comes in on his motorcycle.
Well, here, Alright, this is the baby dinosaur auction. Yeah, let's buy a baby dinosaur. Alright, who will give me $100 billion? I will. Alright, $101 billion. 101. 102 billion. 103 billion. Ha ha ha. 103 billion going once, going twice. So, oh no!
How about I give you a punch in the face? Take that. And you evil poacher for being evil to dinosaurs.
No. You can't defeat me. Oh, Owen. There's only one thing in this world that can actually defeat me, Owen.
What's that?
That's a laser pointed at my chest that a dinosaur attacks.
You mean a laser like this?
There we go.
Oh no.
There, I have put a laser on your body. So just wait 5 to 10 business days, and you'll be dead. You can't kill me in 5 to 10 business days. I have a doctor's. Help me!
No, maybe more like it's more like oops, fall. Oh no! Oh no! I ran into the thing. Oh no! I ran into the thing. Oh! I'm slipping. Oh no! Oh! I really am useless. Oh.
Well, we had a lot of fun today here, folks. Hi, I'm Chris Pratt, and I want to talk to you about the importance of reading. The end. Cut. Or whatever. Did we say all our final stuff?
Don't bother seeing it in theaters. Watch it on Netflix if you're bored.
I liked it enough. I think this was the best of the trilogy. It annoyed me the least.